How's it going, everybody? Non-spoiler review for Wicked, Part 2, Wicked for Good. This is the second movie, of course, based off of the mega musical hit that is Wicked, also based off a book that was very popular, also based off of Wizard of Oz, the pop culture phenomenon that was the 1930s big blockbuster. So Part 2 comes out, and Cynthia Erivo returns, Ariana Grande returns, Michelle Yeoh, Jeff Goldblum, Jonathan Bailey, and of course John M. Chu directing this one. Now, the first things to know, especially if you are a fan of the musical, most people know that the first half of the movie and the play, the songs are better. It's true. The first one is lighter. The first one has more comedy. I liked that about this one. I liked that there were some really emotional moments. I will say that I think that the second half is stronger than the first, but I still enjoy the first. And you've got now Elphaba, who has made her stance against the Wizard and of Oz, and now she is the Wicked Witch. They have deemed her the Wicked Witch, and now it's all about perception of what Oz sees of her. And speaking of perception, what is Glinda going to do now when she is put in the seat of the Good Witch? So she's the Good Witch now, and she is burdened by the truth of knowing what really happened. So you've got that story. You got the fact that Elphaba's trying to expose the truth here, and they're trying to keep this image going of what they think the perfect Oz should be. What I think that they did very well, and I don't know if this is a play thing or a movie thing, whatever it might be, they definitely expanded the relationship between the two of them. And I think that Cynthia Erivo, to me, really shines in this one. I thought she was better in this one than she was in the first one, to be completely honest with you. I think that the same Ariana Grande, both of them have tremendous performances in this, and they're the strongest thing about the movie, for sure. My thing was with Ariana Grande that I was most impressed of in the first movie was comedic timing. I didn't know she had. I knew she had it now, but now it's more so about the emotional journey that Glinda's going on and the guilt that she's feeling. And I think that they do that very well. The chemistry between the two of them is unmatched. We see it from all the interviews and everything else that they're doing. But they really get this role. You can see that the love that they're putting into it. So I liked, as I said, I liked the way that they tie everything into the Wizard of Oz. By the time you get to that second half, I felt it was really powerful. I think that they earn it by the time you get there. And I guess that the beginning of it is just, maybe it's a little bit, is clunky the right word? I don't know if clunky is the right word, but it seems a little, they don't find their rhythm until the second half. But yet I was still locked into where the story was going. I still think John M. Chu does such a great job with the visuals in this movie. And, you've got to be, you could have, and I think there is an argument to be made that maybe you could have made this a 3-hour and 15-minute movie like an Avatar or something like that in just one big epic movie. Sure. But I do think that this warrants a second half more than a 3-movie arc of The Hobbit. And I think that they expanded out enough that it was really interesting. And I do think the other thing is that the audiences that are going to see this movie in the theater, for the two lead actresses, for the story in general, I think they're going to be satisfied. Is it an Oscar-winning movie? Maybe not. I think there's some Oscar performances. I think that Cynthia Erivo could certainly be nominated. Ariana Grande could certainly be nominated. I thought that maybe John M. Chu could be nominated in this one for his visuals alone, but the question that people are going to have to then ask is, I seem to be in the minority of this. I seem to enjoy this movie more than most from what I'm seeing. But the question is, because of that, do you say, well, look, this is what John M. Chu was given. This is pretty much the second half of the play, and it is widely said that the second half of the play isn't as loved as the first half. So was that his fault? Did he expand on it? I believe he did. I believe he expanded on certain things. I think that he added a couple of things. I haven't seen the play itself, but from knowing that the big complaint was that there wasn't enough screen or stage time in the second half with the two main characters, that seems to be taken away and added here. So I think that worked. And the songs were weaker. the songs were good. There's nothing that stands out in the same way that whether it's popular or the last song with the huge note. There's some powerful songs, but for the most part, powerful notes rather. But the songs are somewhat forgettable. I mean, well, not somewhat. I don't remember any of them. I remember the other ones pretty quick. But again, is that a play thing, or is that and they added some new songs? I guess maybe that didn't work either, or not that didn't work, but just weren't as memorable. So. Overall, I thought this was a really solid sequel. I really did. And I enjoyed it, maybe more so than others. But I'll go 3.8 out of 5 for Wicked for Good. Are you going to see this movie? Do you want to see this movie? Do you care? Do you not care? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know. Subscribe, comment, do all that and more. And I'll see you on the flip side. Bye. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it is good to be right. Look, I'm having a rough football season. I had a good week, too. The Giants played really, really tough against the Cowboys. It just wasn't my week. But I'll tell you what was. My highlights from Prize Picks. It's so simple. It's so easy to play the game, and you just take some of your favorite players and you can, it doesn't matter. Look, I'll give you an example. You use Barkley, Burrow, Allen, any of them. And Barkley's going to have more or less than one rushing TD. Burrow is going to have more or less than 2.5 passing touchdowns. Allen is going to have more or less than 270 passing yards. It's simple to play. Prize Picks, it's really easy. You just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. Prize Picks puts their users first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. Prize Picks invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Join millions of users and sign up today. Download the app today and use that code Kristian to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Kristian to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.